Opinion. This story I'm starting with tonight is not just that of another Congress leader or a Congress spokesperson walking out, because truth be told, Congress spokespersons walking out of the party doesn't make a good headline anymore, given the fact there's one every second evening. But the story of Radhika Khera is different. Radhika Khera, in case you've not seen her on television, which is rare, was the main media coordinator for the Congress party till yesterday. She says that she was victimized beyond belief, ladies and gentlemen, beyond measure, and beyond what any human being can accept. She tells the story of how she, in such a senior position in the Congress party, was locked up in a room and forced to drink alcohol with some vile senior Congress leaders who were punishing her, you know, for what? She says she was being punished and penalized for being a Ram Bhakt, for going to the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. And she says that when she went complaining to the top Congress leaders, including Priyanka Vadra, Rahul Gandhi, and all of them, they did absolutely nothing. Viewers, I am bringing her into my studio tonight because her story is gut-wrenching, and if true, it raises some serious questions about whether there is strong religious prejudice within the Congress party. I will keep it brief in the introduction because she's joining me live tonight in the studio, and I want you to decide for yourself whether you believe what she's saying. But before that, here is how the Prime Minister picked up on this case in the course of the campaign trail.
आंध्र प्रदेश विकास और विरासत की धरती है। यहां की पहचान एनटीआर गारू से होती है। एनटीआर गारू ने भगवान राम का चरित्र जन जन तक पहुंचाया था। अब बीजेपी ने भव्य राम मंदिर का 500 साल पुराना सपना पूरा किया है, लेकिन तुष्टीकरण में डूबी कांग्रेस ने अयोध्या में राम मंदिर का बायकॉट कर दिया। कांग्रेस का कोई नेता अगर भक्ति भाव से राम मंदिर चला जाता है तो उसे पार्टी से निकाल दिया जाता है। साथियों, 13 मई को आपको आंध्र प्रदेश के भविष्य के लिए मतदान करना है। इस बार आंध्र प्रदेश के पास मोदी की गारंटी भी है और चंद्रबाबू जी का नेतृत्व भी है और हमारे पवन कल्याण जी का विश्वास भी है।
You heard the Prime Minister there, ladies and gentlemen. With me in the studio is now what I call a former Congress media coordinator, Radhika Khera. Radhika, thank you for coming. I know that we spoke earlier, but that was on a live link, and I thought that given the kind of trending impact of this story and what you're revealing, that many people would like a warmer, deeper conversation face to face. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you for having me.
Yeah. So Radhika, let's go to the clear issue out here. You're saying that you have been victimized in terrible ways for being a Ram Bhakt.
Yeah.
What would you like to start with? How you were victimized, or how it started with your going to the Bhavya Ram Mandir?
You know, it started with when the Murti Sthapna took place.
Okay.
That is when I had a Sundarkand part in my house, and there was a big celebration, family and friends, and I put that out on social media, and the entire thing that was taking place at my house, and I really appreciated the entire fact, and I was always against the party condemning and not going for the inauguration. Fine, you don't want to go, you should go the next day. I was always in favor that you should always visit. You should not be a political, you know, just for your, during election, you want to go to Mandir. That should not be the case. And if you really are a Shiv Bhakt, you would always go to Ramji's Mandir. True. So at that time when I put in my reels, I put in my pictures, I was really, you know, pulled up by my communication department.
Pulled up?
By my communication department. How? And they asked me to take off those pictures.
Which communication department, led by whom?
The communication department, which I am a coordinator.
Who's the head?
Jairam Ramesh ji.
Jairam Ramesh pulled you up for putting...
My department told me that I should be less Hindu I am very aggressively advocating Hinduism on my debates.
Jairam Ramesh told you that?
The department told me that.
Who in the department? Jairam
the coordinators. Obviously, it was Jairam Ramesh's words. Why would the coordinator?
They quoted Jairam Ramesh.
Yeah, why else would the coordinator ask me to be less Hindu?
Which coordinator?
Just regular people who coordinate con debate pe jayega, just for the phone calls.
They told you to be less Hindu?
Yes, they said that you're always too Hindu. You're very aggressively taking a stand on Hinduism. And I always took a stand. I would never go on a debate which was anti-Hindu.
Okay.
And I was always against the stand that the party took that we don't join debates on Ram Mandir.
Yeah.
And I was always asking and requesting, in fact, the party should highlight the fact that Rajiv Gandhi ji was the one who opened the gates of the Man temple. But I was always asked to keep quiet.
So they
and not
told
go
you,
there.
why have you put out your pictures on the social media? You should not be so Hindu.
Yeah, because...
What did they want you to be?
No, why am I celebrating the entire thing? Because it's a Bharatiya Janata Party event.
Okay.
You know, so...
And then what happened?
Then I was asked to take that off, but I didn't. I did not succumb to the pressure. And I was stopped being sent on debates.
They stopped sending you on debates
regularly.
Because they felt you were too Hindu.
Yeah, that I was told always. Okay. That I'm too Hindu. And
what should you be? More Christian? More Muslim? More Parsi when you're not?
Exactly. I mean, when you talk about being secular and you talk about Samvidhan ke Rakshak, the Samvidhan talks about being secular and allowing me to practice my religion and being allowed to take it forward.
Now tell me about the punishment. How did they punish you? How
like
did things go downward?
I was not given tasks. I was not, you know, if every time there was something, I was kept out of it. And as a media coordinator, my roles were reduced.
Okay.
And then after that, when I visited the Ram Mandir and I paid my respects, I took my mother over there. I came back actually, you know, se kehte na tan man Ram mein hoke वापस आई. It was an experience that I cannot put in words. I still get goosebumps when I think about the 20 minutes that I got to spend at the Ram Mandir. It was a beautiful place, and I can't, you know, put it in words, that experience of visiting there. And then I again put out pictures. I put up pictures and videos of saying Jai Shri Ram. Again, I was pulled up. And each time I was pulled up, I was also accused of being in contact with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So if I would wear an orange color suit to the Congress office, Acha, tum log BJP mein ja rahi ho. Okay. This is what the office bearers would say of the communication department. If I would go to Ram Mandir, 100%. You know, even today there was this person who was in Priyanka Gandhiji's team in the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, which was running from right next to the Indian Youth Congress office. So his name is Suresh ji. He, you know, even went on to Twitter to say this. He said, oh, you know, when I heard you talk about the Ram Mandir in Chandigarh, I was very sure you were in touch with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So if you talk about the Ram Mandir, you are in touch with Bharatiya Janata Party. If you wear orange clothes, you're in touch with Bharatiya Janata Party. If you pray to Lord Ram, you're in touch with Bharatiya Janata Party. If I'm a Hindu, then I'm in touch with Bharatiya Janata Party. If I cannot, I don't understand what this obsession is.
So if you go to church, you're secular for the Congress?
Yes. If I go to church, I'm secular.
If you go to a mosque, Jama Masjid, you're secular?
Yes. But if I go and pay my respects to Ram Lalla, then I am.
Is it really true? I mean, it's like
I used to think that.
I mean, like, you know, I also got that sense, and a lot of people say that, you know, this Congress party has forgotten that the most profound Hindu was Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know what happened after Sonia Gandhi.
Every time I would get this from family and friends that tumhari party Hindu virodhi hai, Ram virodhi hai, I would just laugh it off, and I was like, nahi, it's not possible. In 22 years, that's not possible. I would never believe it. Because I come from a party and an ideology I have followed for 22 years where, like you said, Mahatma Gandhi ji was our tallest leader. And har Congress ki sabha started with Raghupati Raghav Rajaram. So that party being against Ramji is, and when I witnessed it for the first-hand experience that I had, you know, writing that letter, banning going to the entire event. If it's an event, you should have gone the next day. Fine, you don't want to go for the event. And I still don't see any harm in going for the event. So what? Whoever.
Do you have a problem with Hinduism? It's tough being a Hindu. But before I go into...
It's tough being a Hindu in the Congress.
It's a tough being a Hindu in the Congress?
Yes. It's, I think, वो कहते हैं ना श्राप है अगर आप हिंदू हो कांग्रेस में अगर आप.
But you have to say that basically you have to try and deny your Hinduism.
You have to keep your religion hidden if you're a Hindu. See, it's a known fact. It's a known fact whether it's the state Congress offices or the Congress office. We always celebrated Eid, we always celebrated Ramzan, but we never celebrated Diwali. And I've seen this, you know, when I was in the Indian Youth Congress as a national secretary, I paid my own money to put up lights in the Indian Youth Congress office on Diwali. and I got the entire office decorated.
Who is anti-Hindu? Rahul, Priyanka,
Everyone,
Sonia?
nobody. Even when I was in Delhi Pradesh Congress Committee office, even then I put up all the lights and everything. And I was like, when we celebrate Ramzan, why cannot we celebrate Diwali? Diwali is celebrated.
Why not?
So I saw that, but I used to ignore it. I said maybe they don't want to celebrate any, but I used to keep on ignoring it. Ki nahi, it's just a.
No, viewers, this is when the story begins to turn. Now here comes the ghastly part of the story. Radhika said today, and I thought it was brave of her. She said that there was one day when, all of this started after she went to the Ram Mandir, after she put up a Jai Shri Ram flag on the door of her house, and then she says on one day it became so bad. And if you don't mind my sharing a little bit of detail with it, she said some people in the Congress told her, you must drink with us, you must have some
They
alcohol.
offered me, they called me.
They offered you?
Yeah, they came to my room, they offered me, they called me continuously. Ma'am, madam, आपको कोई भी brand चाहिए आप मुझे बता दीजिए, आपके कमरे में बिल्कुल चुपचाप आ जाएगा, and any snacks that you want with it, कुछ साथ में चाहिए हो, हमारा लड़का लेने जा रहा है सामान आपके लिए भी ले आएगा. Then the other chairman called me कि आप बताइए बिल्कुल आपकी privacy maintain होगी, आप फिक्र मत करिए, मैं आपका भाई हूँ. I don't know which भाई in their सभ्यता in Chhattisgarh offers alcohol.
Senior Congress leaders.
The state chairman, media chairman, and his senior spokespersons. This was in Korba when we were at the Yatra, staying in the hotel.
During this Bharat Jodo Yatra?
Yeah, at night. So we would stop at the hotel.
So during the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
बिट्टू, तेरे पापा संन्यास ले रहे हैं.
सब माया है.
इससे भी बड़ी खबर सुनो. रैपिडो पे लोएस्ट प्राइस कैप गारंटी, वरना डबल पैसे आपके गारंटी.
डबल गारंटी.
गारंटी पे गारंटी, lowest price guarantee.
Ghastly stories that none of the YouTubers covering the Bharat Jodo Yatra will share. Yes, please, go on.
So this happened during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and I raised this with Sachin Pilot ji, with Rahul Gandhi ji's team, with Jairam Ramesh ji, who was continuously at the Yatra, and I raised this with the state president Deepak Baid ji, and everyone just ignored it. So eventually, after a couple of days when no action was taken, and my first thing was that the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra should not be a failure, and we should look at the larger picture and work on that, and maybe we can sort this out later, because I managed to handle it. I kept my door locked. That nothing happened. Then I went back to Delhi, and I came back after a month or so after I went to the Ram Mandir. And after that, 6 or 7 days after that I went to the Ram Mandir, I came back to Raipur, and I was working for the past 1 month, and I had been continuously picking up this issue that the state media chairman is working against the party. You know, it's very strange that people are, when we are fighting an election, and it's a very, you have to see the person that you're fighting the election against. Modi ji is huge, and fighting against him and going against, and that man Sushil Anand Shukla was going against the party, ensuring that the party didn't get media coverage, and I continuously picked that up. So one day I went to his room to inform him about Pawanji's visit, and it was around 6 in the evening, and I spoke to him and I said, this is the schedule, and he started screaming and shouting at me. And he said that he's going to resign the next day when Pawanji is here. Why? Because I coordinated with some media houses that for Pawanji for a cup of tea to just have a conversation. And then he started screaming, and he hurled such abuses. Arnab, I've been in student politics. I started politics at the age of 17, and at college it's a time when I think youngsters know the maximum number of abuses, but I have never heard those kind of abuses in my entire life. They were horrible, and I'm standing there, he's sitting on the table and he's abusing me. He has his finger out like that and continuously abusing me. And then when I told him that, you know, I'm your in charge, I'm a woman, you should not be abusing me, it's not like that. And he again started abusing me, and he started telling me to get out of the Congress office. And in Hindi, "Bahar nikal," and you know, all that. You could have to see his face. It was like a demon, actually. So I screamed and I asked for the staff that was sitting outside, please go call the General Secretary organization to come and help and interfere. But no one got up. When I asked for help, that man just made a signal, and there were 2 other men sitting in that room. They went to the door and locked the door from inside. So I was there, and there were 3 men in the room, and the door was locked from inside. For about a minute and a half, the door was locked. And that is when, I don't remember which of the 2 men locked the door from inside. But that 1.5 minutes was probably the longest minute of my life till now. I have never experienced anything like that. For us, the Congress office is a sacred place. It's equivalent to a temple. That is, like your studio is your temple. The Congress office is our temple. We leave our house, our family, stay there for months on our own expense. For what? Basic respect. And then just because, you know, I can't even put it in words, that experience. And I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. After about, I don't know how long that, I think that was the longest minute of my life. I picked up my phone and I had the recording on and I told him, "You're live on Facebook." That is when they backed off a little, but those two men continued to guard the door. And I had to literally push them because they were a little scared, thinking that everything is live and my camera was on. And I pushed them, I opened the door, I ran screaming. My BPM was on 154. And I thought I would faint or fall. I don't know how I reached down. I think that period from the first floor to the time I reached the General Secretary's office, I go blank. How I reached, I don't know. And I was crying over then. Someone made a video which went viral online. And I called up every leader, from Sachin Pilot ji to Jairam ji, to Bhupesh Baghel ji, to Pawan Kheda ji. And it's been 7 days today, Arnab. No action, no show cause notice.
Did you pick it up with Priyanka, Rahul?
Yes, I wrote to Rahul Gandhi ji, to Priyanka Gandhi ji. Rahul Gandhi ji's PA wrote back to me and said that I should pick it up with Jairam ji. And I had already picked it up with Jairam ji. So when I messaged Jairam ji at 1:54, 1:30 at night, he read the message at about 7 a.m. and he called me around 12 or 1 because I had already started tweeting. And the call only came because I had picked it up on social media. And he called me and I missed the call because I was at the doctor. I had to go to the doctor again and again. And I called him back after 20 minutes, he didn't take my call. Then no calls from him again. Then I tweeted again when Priyanka Gandhi ji came to Chhattisgarh. I tweeted because I had messaged her office, I had messaged Sandeep saying no response. So since I was one of the 200 odd people she followed on Twitter, so I put it out on Twitter requesting her that since she's coming to Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram's Nanihal and she talks about Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu and her own Bhupesh Baghel is shilling that man, she should at least talk about Nyay. There was no response.
What link does all this have to your going to the Ram temple? Let's pick it up there, because you said this entire issue, the way you've been treated in the Congress and now you've quit the Congress, is because you said you were a proud Hindu and you were not hesitant about it. You didn't
See,
pull
the
back.
party refused to talk to me, engage with me because they were upset with me on this issue. They were continuously upset that I was going to, and this just happened 20 days, I went to the Ram Mandir just 20-25 days before this whole incident happened. And they were continuously pulling me up, and I used to keep saying, and they said, no, you know, for everything, just check. If you check out my entire record, for 1 month, I was kept off debates immediately after I went to the Ram Mandir.
Yes.
And the only time they did send me out aggressively was when Gaurav Vallabh ji and Rohan Gupta ji went and left the party. And I was told that since you have been to the Ram Mandir, you will go and counter them aggressively, saying that कि देखो मैं तो राम मंदिर होके आई और मुझे किसी ने नहीं रोका. And I had to do that, for which now the Congress party is again trolling me. God help them. But I was asked that at that time I was an asset to them. Otherwise I was literally like, they say na, achhoot, because मैं राम मंदिर. And continuously I was told, you know, कि बस करो अब और हिंदू नहीं. And which is why otherwise there is no other problem in the party that I had. They could not pull me up because of my work.
You're saying that being a Hindu, you don't have career progression in the Congress?
Absolutely not. You know, there's no career progress, and if you tell people that you're a Hindu, tab to bilkul hi nahi. Unless if you pretend that you do not follow your religion, or you're not a very cutter Hindu, or even if you don't go to the temple, then yes, you are the best. But the day you start going to the temple or you pray to Lord Ram ji se to khas दुश्मनी है. मतलब राम जी का नाम लेके लाल हो जाते हैं.
किसकी दुश्मनी?
राहुल गांधी जी की, प्रियंका गांधी जी की, जयराम रमेश जी की. That is why that letter came out, right? It had to have the approval of Rahul Gandhi ji and Priyanka Gandhi ji. Mallikarjun Kharge ji is just a mere puppet. He does what Rahul ji says. But they go to mandirs, they do all the temple hopping. They have the temple run during elections. How can otherwise, Arnab, tell me, how can a person who's a Shiv Bhakt ignore Lord Ram? शिव जी ने खुद राम जी की पूजा करी थी जब उनसे मिले थे, और दोनों ने एक दूसरे की पूजा करी थी. Anyone who is a Shiv Bhakt will always pray to Ram ji. And anyone who is a Ram Bhakt will always pray to Shiv ji.
Now, there are many reasons why people have quit the Congress party recently, but I must say yours is the most remarkable. I've set up a debate. We have someone from the BJP and someone pro-Congress also joining the debate. It's a versus format that we're introducing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 1 versus 1. My understanding with Radhika is she does not want to be on the debate, but I don't want you to go away either, because I want you to look at how we are looking at the issue.
I would definitely like to come in if I see something wrong being done.
Yeah, you are free to defend yourself.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with Lokesh Jindal. He's a pro-Congress. He's from the Congress, a pro-Congress political analyst who comes on our program. Lokesh, hi. I'm sure you're not going to support what has happened, you know, leaving one of the most talented young leaders of your party who's been your, so influential as a former Congress party media coordinator. I'm sure you're not going to leave her defenseless. I think it's terrible. Gaurav Bhatia also lined up right now. Gaurav, hi, audio check with you on my new format tonight. Gaurav, welcome to Super Prime Time Max this evening. Okay, I'm doing audio check on the screen. Let's put Gaurav up. Okay, we're going to start with Lokesh. I mean, shame on the Congress party to do this to Radhika. I mean, to have a senior leader of your party targeted for saying she's a proud Hindu, they didn't touch her, but they were sexually intimidating her. It is nothing less than extreme sexual harassment. And it speaks very poorly of your party's leadership as well.
There are certain questions I have.
Louder,
the first question that I have is, just before the Pran Pratishtha, she must be aware that Ajay Rai, Avinash Pandey and various congressmen, they had taken a dip in the Sarayu River and they had offered their prayers. Nobody had opposed that. They were not condemned. On what basis? In fact, I know dozens and dozens of leaders, hundreds of Congress leaders, who had gone and offered their prayers. The idea was against politicization of the issue. But nowhere did we have any of the party issuing any form of a resolution or any form of a notice or some form of a declaration against it. So I do not know, madam, on what basis are you saying that a person who had gone to the temple was called as less anti-Congress, or you were required to be less Hindu? This is something I find it really hard to believe. Secondly, if, as you say, that you underwent some mistreatment, why didn't you resign then? Why this timing? If I were at your place and if I would have felt any such form of a mistreatment, I would right away, at that very moment itself, resign. Anyway, I would not put any personal comment. I respect whatever is your feelings and your decision. But madam, with respect to your claim of anti-Hindu or less Hindu and all, and just because you wanted to go to the temple and you were targeted, is something very difficult to believe. In fact,
sure. Okay, so she's been listening on to you. She's emoting as you're speaking. I must also tell you that you are, by questioning what she is saying rather than responding to it with some empathy, that you are further scratching on her scars.
तो ये है आपके पास के और दूर के नंबर्स.
डबल नंबर
मतलब बाइफोकल मतलब अंकल.
तो प्रोग्रेसिव ले ले, देखने के लिए बेटर और दिखने में भी स्मार्ट.
लेकिन प्रोग्रेसिव मतलब एक्सपेंसिव. सर लेंस कार्ड में नहीं.
लेंस कार्ड आइए और फ्री प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज बनवाइए. लेंस कार्ड, डाउनलोड द ऐप और विजिट योर नियरेस्ट स्टोर.
That, you know, it's so nice to see women all around over here. How is the working? And she said that, you know, when you started the channel, Arnab ji went and said, boss said that I am going to ensure if any sort of harassment or anything happens, I'm going to immediately sack you and ensure that you are sent to jail. And I was like, you're lucky. You have that kind of environment. I worked for a party for 22 years. At 17, at the age of 17, I started working for this party. And today, when I asked for nyay, you talk. Rahul Gandhi ji wrote a letter 2 days back, Arnab, and talking about कि हमारी नैतिक जिम्मेदारी है कर्नाटक के बारे में बात करना. नैतिक जिम्मेदारी इधर बैठी है जो 22 साल आपका अपना तन मन धन से काम करी. अपना I had not done anything else 22 years. I've only worked for the party. I don't have any other profession.
I understand.
And the party.
I would like to, because the Prime Minister picked this up today, I would like to go to Gaurav Bhatia.
Yeah.
Gaurav, this is an unusual revelation that a very senior Congress spokesperson and their media coordinator Radhika Khera has been subject to such sexual intimidation, harassment and targeted attacks because she went to a Ram Mandir. She draws a link around it, and the Prime Minister also picked it up today. Yet we see Lokesh questioning the very veracity of her claims on top of the debate. Gaurav, your first response to what you've heard from both sides.
Arnab, first of all, congratulations to you and the entire Republic team, because I've been told this is a brand new studio which is gelling so well with the fearless journalism that you've been doing for the last 7 years, and today is the day when you started your journey 7 years ago with this brilliant channel. So heartiest congratulations to you, my friend.
Thank you, Gaurav.
And I'm deeply saddened today that this is the topic that we are discussing, and I will tell you the reasons.
Yes.
First of all, my party, Bharatiya Janata Party, teaches me, Arnab, an adversary, an opponent needs to be respected even if the ideologies are different. And thus, not just for Radhika Khera, also Rohan Gupta, Gaurav Vallabh, Pramod Krishna, these are all the faces that we used to counter on various television debates, sometimes very heated, sometimes, they were friendly. But I must tell you that they had tenacity, they were faithful to their party, and they were doing their job well. Now, if they are not respected, it gives out a very strong message to every citizen of the country that Congress is a party where only psychophants who are singing praises for the Gandhi Parivar can survive, and people who believe in the idea of a stronger Bharat, who are proud of themselves because they belong to the majority class, they are Hindus, will be ill-treated. And in the case of Radhika, I am disheartened also because she is a woman who has worked hard to be up on the ladder. And what is the kind of treatment she has been meted out with? And is it only relatable to the spokespersons? No. Look at Ghulam Nabi Azad.
Not at all.
Arnab, Ghulam Nabi Azad served the party for 4.5 decades. Not even given respect. Modi ji is the one, when he was giving a farewell speech for Ghulam Nabi Azad, had teary eyes. What about Jyotiraditya Scindia, a former minister? Milind Deora, a former minister. Ashok Chauhan, a former chief minister. These people are leaving for two reasons, Arnab. Primarily one, because today Congress party is a rudderless ship. It is completely anti-Hindu. Anti-Hindu because the manifesto of the Congress party also says, Arnab, Bahusankhyakwad, majority ke liye koi jagah nahi hai, majority is Hindu. And Radhika went to the Ram temple, she has been also penalized. Second, where is Priyanka Vadra Gandhi? Ladki hu lad sakti hu, she coined the slogan. So that means if there are 6,310 rapes in Rajasthan, these people will not speak because they were the incumbent in Rajasthan. Radhika Khera today is not even concern of the Congress party. This clearly reveals the Sikh mindset that there is no ideology left there. It is a person-oriented party only out there to please the Gandhi Parivar, and that is why the downfall. And I would definitely say that if two spokespersons like Rohan Gupta and Gaurav Vallabh, they left the Congress party, the Bharatiya Janata Party received them with respect, and it is our gain. But every person who leaves the Congress and is committed to the Constitution is a loss for the democracy of this country.
Well, we are getting a lot of support for Radhika Khera, who is on the debate tonight. Radhika is not the first senior, very operationally involved Congress leader who is saying they've been targeted because the party is anti-Hindu. She says the party is anti-Hindu. Since I went to the Ram temple, I become an easy target. Gaurav Vallabh also, ladies and gentlemen, and that's my motion of the debate, is there an unwritten anti-Hindu bias in the Congress party that is coming out more and more and more That's why my belief is this election is turning because the vote is polarizing. And why is the vote polarizing? Because in the process, Lokesh, of being pro-Muslim, the Congress party and large parts of the India alliance have become anti-Sanatan, anti-Hindu. Sanjay Nirupam has questioned your stand on the Pran Pratishtha. Gaurav Vallabh flagged off the anti-Sanatan ideas. Milind Deora, bosom buddy of Rahul Gandhi, says your party has lost cultural connect due to the politics over the Ram Temple issue. Pramod Krishnan says rejecting the inauguration was invitation for Pran Pratishtha was unfortunate. The lady sitting here, you cannot prove her wrong. She has a letter. Let me put it to you this way tonight. Lokesh, show me the action your party has taken. A senior leader of the Congress party locked up in a room by 3 threatening, potentially violent men, has to save herself saying this is all on Facebook Live, it's going to go on Facebook Live. They could have done anything with her. If she goes around begging, she has. And you can show me the letters later. I mean, you can prove that you send the letters.
Yes.
You can prove these
I
should send the
have
communication.
everything on WhatsApp.
It's all on WhatsApp?
Yes, all
You got your
conversations.
WhatsApps here with senior leaders?
Yes, I have all my WhatsApp. I have all the conversations.
Your WhatsApps with whom all? With Priyanka?
I sent my WhatsApp. You cannot reach Rahul Gandhi ji and Priyanka
Okay,
ji. It's been 3 years I've been trying to get an appointment like every
Who have you
Congress
reached out on WhatsApp?
To their PAs, that is Alankar Savai ji.
Okay.
There is Kaushal Vidyarthi ji and Sandeep Singh ji for Priyanka
So
ji.
the
And
P-
only
the-
one
the-
person replied.
Who?
Alankar Savai. He
Alankar
asked
said
me,
pick it up with Jairam.
yeah.
So she can prove she has the WhatsApp's location. And your party says, okay, you're basically pro-Hindu, we don't need to respond.
They asked me to shut up.
They
asked me to shut up, and Bhupesh Baghel ji, he said, leave Chhattisgarh. That was the response.
Leave Chhattisgarh.
Leave Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh chhod do.
Okay.
Lokesh, now.
Now, this is one news article we had. So we had Congress leaders who had gone and taken a dip in the Saryu River and offered their prayers in the Pran
See what I had
Pratishtha
to go
ceremony.
through.
And there are
No, what is
hundreds
your
of
point you're
leaders-
making to her? You tell her.
Yes, I'm just making a point, madam. Whatever is your personal issue, I will not
What do you
comment over that. But
Is it a personal, is it not your issue?
Wait a
No,
second.
Gaurav, you saw the language. Whatever is your personal issue.
wait.
I'm sorry, it's not a personal
Saying that
issue.
The ideology of the party is anti-Hindu is something I would
Let me
object.
make a
The reason
point.
being, I am a
To
practicing
my
Hindu
friend,
myself.
Jindal.
No, how
I
is
had
a
gone
woman,
Lokesh
would you
Arnab,
accept this
within
happening to any woman
Lokesh's
member of
heart,
your family?
even he
Would
is
anyone in the
aware
Gandhi
Arnab,
Vadra
that if,
family accept it
spokesperson
if any
to the
female
party
member were to be
are not
locked up in a room by 3
What would
party
happen to
leaders,
a panelist
offered
like him?
alcohol
Even
and
he's very
threatened?
nervous tonight,
Yeah, listen,
but he's not
listen to
showing
me,
the
listen to me.
nervousness.
Talk
And I
properly,
must tell you,
talk
this is
properly,
not personal,
first of all.
Lokesh.
Mind
Don't you
your
think
words.
a
Mind
lady
your words,
who has
Arnab
worked hard
Goswami.
in the party,
Mind your
she's
words.
tried to put forward the
taking
ideology
care
of the
every
party in
word
front
that
of the
I'm
viewers,
speaking.
deserves an audience, deserves a redressal mechanism, she deserves a hearing, and after that action should be taken against people who are targeting women within the party. Is she the first one? You remember Divya Spandana giving a clean chit to the social media Congress worker who had also done the same to another sister of ours. What is happening within the Congress is the point. Are these people violating the dignity of Congress workers because they feel
Respond,
that the
Lokesh.
top Gandhi leadership
Arnab
will not
Goswami,
take
first of
cognizance
all,
of
you
that?
Apologize. What did
This
you
is
say
not
right now?
personal.
What did you say right now about my family and all? Choose your words carefully.
No, who are you talking to?
I am.
Who are you talking
to?
You. I'm talking to you.
No, who are you talking to?
about
You,
your
you
family?
probably have not
And
heard
it
what I
pinches
said.
you when
Would
your
anybody
family thing
accept
comes in the
any
picture,
such
which I'm
behavior
not.
with any
But
female
Radhika
member
is
of their
also a
families?
family.
Would anybody from the
Radhika is
Vadra
also a
Gandhi family or
family.
your family or any family accept or should accept this behavior? The lady here has been through illegal confinement. Illegal confinement because of her religious beliefs. Is that do you believe she?
That's a
How
crime
do
under the
you
Indian
question
Penal
her?
Code.
You know what
Arnab,
she has
it's a
been
crime
through.
under the Indian Penal Code, and no FIR.
And till today, there is no
complaint,
attempt to share
no
any
action
empathy
from
with
the
her.
Congress party.
Wait, listen to me.
No, 1 minute. You show me. Don't you think the Congress party owes it tonight to say that not only do we empathize, we apologize for what Radhika Khera went through?
Why hasn't she filed an FIR?
Why hasn't she filed an FIR?
Please ask her. She should file an FIR.
1 minute. Okay, she's answering you.
You know, Arnab,
No, she's answering you, Lokesh. 1 minute, hold it. Yeah.
Arnab, while I was in Chhattisgarh, I waited for 7 days for the party to take action. I waited patiently, like I was asked by the party that they will, I'm promised that they will take action. 7 days, no notice has been sent to anyone. Then I did not speak to the media. I only spoke to the media after I gave in my resignation. When I went to meet the president and he was doing an inquiry to know what happened in the incident, the question that he asked me was, "Tum sharab peeti ho? Kitni peeti ho?"
Who said this?
The state president of Chhattisgarh. Ki kitni peeti ho? Because I said that I was offered alcohol. So the question that came to his mind was, do I drink?
These are the inside stories of the Congress party, ladies and gentlemen.
And
Ladki hu, lad sakti hu kind of statements made. This is the reality, the rot within, Lokesh. The rot within.
And honest, you know,
this is really incredible. 91% of people are saying, Lokesh, that the Congress party has begun to have an unwritten anti-Hindu bias. Now, I believe this is wrong.
First of all,
I believe this is really fundamentally wrong. I believe that this should not happen again. I believe that the party should be seen to be empathetic to Radhika Khera.
First you start with anti-Hindu.
No.
And then you,
I'm not starting. It is her belief. It is her belief. I ask you, Radhika, you tell Lokesh and everyone why it is your belief. Why are you linking what happened to you inside that room with your position as a Ram Bhakt?
No,
it is only after I went to the Ram Mandir.
Empathize with you.
Sir, I am not in a position to speak over you.
1 minute.
And have the matter investigated. That's the right way to move forward.
Okay. Can you hear her why she links the two? Can you hear her, Lokesh, why she links the two? Should we give her a hearing? Should we give her a hearing or deny her a hearing?
Are you a court?
I'm in a court of public opinion. I'm a court of public opinion and I have been for decades now. And there are people who watch my program and they're asking tonight. And I say tonight your party did not give her a stand. Radhika has a right to be heard.
File an FIR.
File an FIR, easy to say that. Okay, Radhika, respond.
I will answer that.
Arnab, can I respond to that? And my friend Lokesh will agree with me.
Let him respond first, then you come.
Yeah. May I, Arnab?
Yeah, please.
Yes. So Arnab, first of all, I'm not aware of the facts, but as a senior advocate and she being my sister-like, I would definitely advise her to file a complaint because there are two parts of it. One is that it is a criminal offense under the Indian Penal Code. A woman has been confined against her wishes within the Congress headquarters. It's a serious criminal offense. But second, the Congress as a party also should ensure that there are regulations in place. Like it is apparent that Supreme Court has also in the Vishakha case said that no woman can be subjected to sexual harassment. And here a national office bearer was subjected to sexual harassment or confinement. What has the Congress party done? Dignity of a woman is equal for all. Dignity is not, the luxury that only the Gandhi Parivar will afford and other ladies working in the Congress. They are not entitled to dignity. And that is why I am asking, what has Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, Kharge ji done so far?
We'll take a break.
That is the question viewers are asking.
I have very little time on this.
Answer.
Lokesh, before you want to just make your point 10 seconds responding to Gaurav, then I shall close with Radhika.
Yes. Yes, I think every woman, the moment she gets such an experience or she feels intimidated like this, must right away go and file a complaint in the police station as well as lodge an FIR. That's the right thing to do. And with respect to whatever claims you are saying about the party being anti-Hindu, that is absolute rubbish. I do not believe it at all. And whatever you are
choosing to disbelieve, you are choosing to disbelieve Radhika because it's not convenient to you tonight. That's also your choice. But I would like you to at least hear her. She wants to say something and I shall just give her the last word now. Radhika, where do you go now from here?
I will obviously take legal action. I am not going to leave it at this. I gave my party the opportunity, the chance to actually walk the talk. When they talk about Nari Nyay, the 5 Nyayas, my Nari Nyay is one of them, and I'm sitting right here waiting for my party to take a stand. A simple show cause notice would have shown that they are serious about giving me Nyay. That is the first basic thing that happens at a workplace. But there is nothing like that happening here. And I'm not the first person, Arnab, who was locked up inside the Congress office. Archana Gautam was bashed up at the Congress headquarters in Delhi.
Yes, yes.
So it is a continuous process, and again by goons sent by Priyanka Gandhi ji.
I think that from what I gather tonight, viewers, Radhika Khera, I'm meeting you personally face to face for the first time, is a tough lady. She's not going to leave it here. Lokesh and Gaurav, both of you, for joining tonight, I thank you very much. Radhika, Godspeed with your efforts to get justice. And let's take a very quick 30-second Securite commercial break. When I'm back, viewers, we have the unflappable Ujjwal Nikam. Now, if you know, he's the man who got Sanjay Dutt punished. He's the person who sent Ajmal Kasab to the gallows, and he's being targeted for saying that Ajmal Kasab had biryani while in jail. 2024 sticky political controversy in 30 seconds.
Co-powered by Simpolo Tiles and Bathware.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Digital India is marching in full swing and with high spirits to achieve the target of digital democracy. Some sectors like auto, real estate, fintech and electronics are fueling this growth. The drivers of growth will be recognized.
They said I asked too many questions. I said, that's how discoveries are made. I'm an innovator at UPES University. I am tomorrow.
A remarkable advocate. We've all loved him for his patriotism, his nationalism, and he's carried so much security threat all his life, but he's taken on. There's one person who the Pakistani establishment is scared of for his pincer-like legal arguments is Ujjwal Nikam, and now a BJP candidate. Ladies and gentlemen, great to see you, Mr. Nikam. I'll just go to a new news story about why you are in the news and come back to a one-on-one with you. Viewers, as Mr. Jaishankar, Foreign Minister, told me 3 weeks ago when I met him for an interview, that the Congress party's decision after 26/11, as articulated by its own former National Security Advisor Shiv Shankar Menon, was to do nothing after 26/11. In fact, the pro-Pakistan groups in the Congress tried very hard to make Ajmal Kasab some sort of a misled boy who was just a puppet in the hands of fanatics. In the last 15 to 16 years, you would have expected course correction by the Congress, but instead, in the burning heat of the 2024 general election campaign, the Congress party lionizes Ajmal Kasab by targeting Ujjwal Nikam, the lawyer turned BJP candidate who fought against Kasab, targeting him about a comment he made about Kasab being fed biryani to highlight the soft approach of the UPA government at that time. Now, this is a big political controversy. Before I talk to him about it, here is a quick recap on the Kasab Biryani debate.
In case of the fight against Pakistan post-Mumbai attacks, Ujjwal Nikam, the special public prosecutor in the 26/11 case and now a BJP candidate, is the target of a political attack.
उज्ज्वल निकमांनी बिर्याणीचा विषय काढून काँग्रेसला मतदान केलं होतं आणि जे हकीकत नव्हती कसाबला बिर्याणी दिली. कसाबला कोणी बिर्याणी देईल का? उज्ज्वल निकमने ते नंतर मान्य केलं. असा बेईमान माणूस आहे तो. हा कसला वकील? हा देशद्रोही आहे.
The Congress has for over a decade tried to peddle theories to give Pakistan and Kasab an alibi, spinning a narrative on right-wing's role.
हाँ सवाल कि आपके मुंबई के उज्ज्वल निकम का, वो तो मैंने नहीं कहा हूँ, वो तो SM मुशर्रफ जी ने जो लिखा है किताब में, उसी का हमने दाखला दिया है कि जब सब कुछ था हेमंत करकरे के बारे में जो गोली चली थी, वो गोली के बारे में जो अतिरेकी की गोली नहीं थी तो फिर किसकी गोली थी, उस बारे में जो लिखा था उसी का संदर्भ हमने दिया था.
Both inside court and on screen, as the voice of victims, Ujjwal Nikam has never been one to pull punches.
मुझे दुख इस बात का है कि अपोजिशन लीडर जिसको पूरी मालूमात नहीं, कई किताब जो सच मान के चलता है उसके आधार पर बेबुनियाद आरोप करना, यानी इसका मतलब है आप जो जिनको करकरी जी की इंसल्ट नहीं तो तोहिम कर रहे हैं.
The Congress has harbored an indifferent attitude on 26/11.
Remember 26/11. If you see people, accounts of 26/11, including by the NSA of the previous government, essentially 26/11 happens. The best minds of the government apply themselves. There is, deep sort of consultation and confabulation, and then they collectively decide. What do they decide? To do nothing. So they go through this whole manthan and say, oh, by the way, the best policy is we should do nothing.
Will the attack on Ujjwal Nikam backfire in this election for the Congress?
I'm surprised, Ujjwal Nikam. I thought that at least on this thing, the Congress party will not target you because you're famous all over the country as the person who sent Ajmal Kasab to jail. But they are saying that you are a liar. They say, how could you question Ajmal Kasab and make up the story about him having biryani in jail?
Arnab, let me tell you very frankly. After my candidature was declared by the from BJP headquarters, Mr. Wadettiwar, leader of opposition, made two reckless statements, baseless statements. First statement he said, that Mr. Nikam is a traitor.
Yes.
He has suppressed the fact that Mr. Karkare was died because of the RSI firing. This is the first statement. On the next day, he changed his version. Then he relied upon the Mushrif's book. Now, let me tell you very frankly, Mr. Mushrif was not concerned with the investigation at all. And from 1999 to 2014, Congress was the ruling party. And Mr. Mushrif had never raised issue. His one of the brother was also in the cabinet. Now, why he did make such baseless allegation against me when Ajmal Kasab himself has admitted in his judicial confession before the magistrate that yes, when myself and Abu Ismail came outside the Kama hospital, we saw that the police jeep was coming. We opened the indiscriminate.
बिट्टू, तेरे पापा संन्यास ले रहे हैं.
सब माया है. इससे भी बड़ी खबर सुनो. रैपिडो पे लोएस्ट प्राइस कैप गारंटी, वरना डबल पैसे आपके गारंटी.
Double guarantee?
Guarantee पे guarantee, lowest price guarantee.
Because we have examined the eyewitnesses and therefore I think there is an ample evidence. But the only thing is that now I must tell you, because the rally is going on, I had to deliver the speech, Arnab. I will have a special interaction
just
with
2
you.
minutes.
Because
2
otherwise
minutes.
10 p.m. will be
Just 2 minutes. There is still time. Give me 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Mr. Nikam, only 4 minutes. I know you can hear Bharat Mata Ki Jai behind. He's going to address a rally. But the Congress said that you have put out a falsehood on Ajmal Kasab being served biryani in jail. Now, I just want to know one thing. Why did you say as a prosecutor that he was served biryani in jail? What was your intention there?
Arnab, kindly listen my word, what I said at that time. Kasab has demanded for biryani. Kasab was served with the biryani. I never made such a statement. And on the next day, Kasab lawyer Advocate Kazmi raised this issue in the court. And the court did make inquiry with Ajmal Kasab. Ajmal Kasab did not deny at all. So now Ajmal Kasab is not alive. So only whether he had asked for the biryani or not, that is within his knowledge and my knowledge. And the court has inquired with this issue. Now, why I did make this? Because there are the reasons. There is a long story I will divulge that story also to you on the camera.
1 minute.
On the next sitting.
One more
But
minute.
kindly
1 more
excuse
minute.
me
1 minute. I
that
have a
our
right
rally is
over you.
going on. I have to deal
I have
with
1 minute. One last question. One last question. Congress party is saying there should be an investigation into whether Ajmal Kasab killed Hemant Karkare. So my question to you is, in your view, is the Congress party coming out in defense of Ajmal Kasab? Last question. Is the Congress defending Ajmal Kasab almost?
Congress party not only maligning my image, but also indirectly by making such reckless statement by the leader of opposition party, they are indirectly and impliedly helping Pakistan. They should understand how Pakistan is going to make use of this statement. I must condemn his statement in the strongest possible terms. I will divulge more facts on this issue after some time.
I'm sure you will, and I thank you for joining me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on that exclusive, 2024 exclusive, that was one and only Ujjwal Nikam. Now he can go for his rally and we'll free him. So, you know, viewers, this has been such a fascinating format. We've brought in so much content in the course of the last 2 hours. And by the way, I want to remind you that many people are saying, Arnab, we want to see the full Amit Shah interview that you did in Durgapur late last night. Well, I want to tell you, viewers, that that interview was recorded almost close to midnight at the end of almost 14 to 15 hours of hectic campaigning. And what a campaigner. Amit Shah is totally indefatigable. So a few observations. You know, viewers, I started tonight the program with what Amit Shah said, and I have ended with Kasab's Biryani debate. And the way I see it, is that this election, 2024, is a very more deeply polarized, viewers, much more deeply polarized than you think, on the pro-Hindu versus the minority appeasement line of campaigning. It's already very deeply polarized. Sometimes, you know, we are in our ivory chambers and ivory towers, we don't see what kind of polarization there is on the ground. I've seen that when I've been on the campaign trail. So that, it's very, very polarized in terms of the campaigning on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. And this comes 4 months after the Bhavya Ram Mandir inauguration. And we must start recognizing the possibility of a Hindu vote consolidation in 2024. You know, one thing everyone says will never happen is a Hindu vote consolidation. But this time, this election happens after so much anti-Sanatan comments that you can't rule out that possibility. And if there is a Hindu vote consolidation, the results will turn. That is the way I see it. So thank you for joining all of us on the first edition of the Super Primetime Max. And I'll be back tomorrow from, ladies and gentlemen, I remind you again and again, from 8 p.m. to midnight to max it with you